Video number 5 of A Journey to My Success. It is currently 2:30 in the morning. And you're like, Luke, why are you recording this at 2:30 in the morning? Well, that's a good question. I was planning to record this video at around 11 o'clock because last couple days I've been busy and I just kind of forgot about it. I'll be honest. And I was like, okay, it seems a bit quiet now. I can do it now. And then I hopped on a call with my girlfriend because I needed to. It's long distance, so I needed to, and she was down, so I was like, "Hey, let's hop on a call." And it went from 11 till literally like 5 minutes ago. But then I open up TikTok, and what do I see in my face? Mr. David Goggins. Mr. David Goggins, yep. And what is he saying? How bad do you want it? How bad do you want to be successful? My friend, that's a good question. It's a question I have for you. It's a question I have for you. How bad do you want it? Are you willing to film a YouTube video at 2:30 in the morning after after calling your girlfriend? Are you willing to do it? I was quite happy. I was literally thinking about my day tomorrow. I was like, what am I doing tomorrow? I'm doing school, a gym, laying all these stuff out. Nothing in there was anything to do with YouTube. But I said to myself this morning that I'd skipped 2 days of this. I needed to record and post a video. But I was like, oh, but no, I called her and I just passed the time that I wanted to do it, so I can't do it. Am I that weak? Am I that weak? I'm still gonna get it done. I can guarantee you now, I'm gonna feel like absolute cock tomorrow. I'm gonna feel like crap tomorrow. Tomorrow, well, I keep saying tomorrow, but later today, I'm planning on doing my bench session, my heavy bench session, because I want to see what my strength is. Um, at my peak strength, I was able to do 120 kilos for, I think it was 3 reps for 2 sets. Now, because of the running, I've kind of slowed down, so now it's at around, I'm hoping 115. I'm gonna try tomorrow later. I'm gonna try later to get 115 for three reps for 2 sets, and then with a back offset of 100. Um, I never think I. It's crazy to me to think that everyone's goal, my goal as well in the beginning, was to hit the infamous 2 plate 100 kilo bench. Now that's my back offset. That's crazy to me. Anyway, I was actually thinking about not just how bad do you want it, but I was thinking about, oh yeah, I was actually thinking about when it comes to how bad you want it. The reason why I find that so important is because if you hit the smallest bump in the road in your planning during the day and you just completely give up on your planning because you're like, oh, okay, no, I can't do it today because one small thing's messed up. But then you don't do it, and it's like, well, then you don't want it bad enough. And I was having that problem. I was like, I'm planning my day so structured, but because my day is set around so many different variables, that if one thing goes wrong, then I just feel completely out of the loop. I'm like, okay, well, this is weird. How can people are telling me to plan my day the night before? So I do, and then I go and try and do the day, and I just feel like if one thing goes wrong, I feel like I'm out of structure. So I'm not gonna lie, I was pissed. I was confused. And then Mr. Imagati, he decided to record a video, a new updated version of 5 Millionaire Habits. One of which was plan the day, the next day the night before, which I completely agree with. the way he then explained on how you do it is what clicked. It will help me click. What he does is he sets between 1 and 3 non-negotiables that have to happen in that day to make that day a successful day. Like to so that if he goes to bed that night knowing that he had just done those 1 to 3 things, he would have moved forward, or you can call it a successful day. And then under those, yes, you have you have things that will be nice to achieve. Because there's a difference between non-negotiables and nice to achieves. Those nice to achieves, because if you don't achieve those nice to achieves, then it's like no worries, because I got the non-negotiables out the way. I got those done. I got those out the way. So basically, it's just making sure that you have, at least in a click for me now, planning the next couple of days is just figuring out what are the 1 to 3 things that really will help me make it a successful day in my eyes, and get those things done as soon as possible, so that there are zero distractions and there's zero um, stuff holding you back to do it. And then you're done. So it's literally, again, going back to the part where it's like, do the hard stuff first. Do the crappy work first. Do the boring work. Do the work no one wants to do. And 99% of the time, the boring work is what moves the business forward. But that's the work that no one wants to do. And that's why I know that if I actually build up the strength to do it and discipline to do it, I know I will fly past my competition, because I know a lot of my competition are not willing to do the boring work. I have a lot of old friends of mine that want to become rich, they want to become successful, but they don't want to do the boring work. A great way that I learned how to do the boring work was working on my dad's side. My dad has a building company. He has two. One, he's got two partners in. One he owns by himself. The one that he owns by himself, he's currently having a job. He has a job at his cousin's house, and we are currently busy on the roof there. Now, busy on the roof during the winter time in Europe. Tell me how that makes sense. It doesn't. But anyway, every single weekend, without fail, my dad has been on that roof. And yes, there has been weekends where it's just been the small, tedious things that he's just planning and prepping for the next week or the next day. But it's that boring stuff that helps him get through to the big stuff that actually actually gets close to closing off the job. And I'll never forget this moment. It was a Saturday night. We were on the roof and we were just taken off the last half of the roof that needed to come down before we could actually put the new slabs on. And we had just taken the last half off completely, and then it starts raining. Perfect timing. Absolutely perfect timing. So there we are, rushing, rushing, rushing. Luckily, it's only like a slight drizzle while putting the boards on the roof. But then, as soon as we got the boards on, it starts bucketing. And I mean bucketing. Like, my dad never wears a hoodie. That is the only time I've ever seen him wear a hoodie. And it was bad, bro. And I said, I'll never forget, once the boards were on and we need to go screw them in from the top, we had to get on the roof. And because there were so many and I was pissing with rain, I helped my dad on the top. I went up and we both there on our knees, and I think it was like 6 o'clock, 6 at night. But in the wintertime in Europe, it's dark by then. It's pitch black. So it's dark, it's cold, it's pissing with rain. Everything is wet. You're literally everything. All your clothes are everything. And I'm screwing these nails in, trying to find the line. If it's not wet, trying to find where to put these screws. And I say to my dad, if I had to think about what other people my age are doing on a Saturday evening compared to what I'm doing, and where would I rather be? I said to him, I would be here 1000%, because I know that if I had given up on the roof and be like, no, I can't do this anymore, I don't want to do this, this is crap work, it's pointless, and I would have given up, then I wouldn't, then I would be so far away from achieving success, it's insane. But because I was doing the hard work, the boring work, and look, it may not have been a lot of money that I got from that. Yes, I did get paid from that, but the memory that I got of my dad is priceless. That is something that I'll remember. I'll quote myself on this because I believe in myself. I'll believe in myself and God's plan for me so much that I can quote this. I can almost guarantee that there will be a day that I will be with my family, my wife, and we will be on a private jet, and I'll say to my dad, remember that night when we were on that roof, when it was pissing with rain, and I said to you, I'd rather be on that roof than out drinking with my friends. Then, then I can be like, yes, I've actually, I've made it. Like, you've achieved a massive milestone. So then I go back and I ask you, you can have all these big dreams, you can have all these massive ambitions, but before you go tell anyone about these ambitions or goals, before you go tell your mom, your dad, your brother, your sibling, whatever, your best bro, before you go tell anyone, just think about this one thing. How bad do you want it?